Jai Gurudev. Who is the experiencer? In which role is the ego in our life? Which role plays the ego in our life? The experiencer is ourself. To understand that the self, ourself, our unbounded, timeless self is the experiencer of all the objects in the world, then you will become quiet and agree with your life. The self not need anything. But there was a question from Maharishi, why the self creates the world? What is the reason that we have this world? When the self is satisfied with his own nature. Maharishi said, the self want to have fun. The self want to enjoy. The self want not to be alone. Because the self is completely alone. And that is also the reason why no object can experience the self. What is the self? What is the object? The object of our experience are our thoughts, our body, our feelings, our pictures in our mind, all the ideas which we have about the future, the whole stories about the past, everything what we can see with our eyes, which we can smell, which we can feel, which we can hear, everything are tools for the self to experience his unbounded creativity. The self sees through our eyes. The self hears through our ears. And all the sense experience are tools for the self. The experiencer is the self and not the ego. But when we attach to the ego, then it happens that I will say, I am Peter. Then there's identification with my body, and I say, I am speaking, I am hearing, I am see, as I feel, all these things. I connect my speaks myself with all these experiences, and when the mind is not unbounded, then we have this still ego And we create this small ego through our attachment to the objects of our experiences. We must not destroy our ego. We must not run away from our ego. The ego is only one expression of the wrong identification with all the objects. But to understand that you are not the object, you are the self. And the self is independent from the objects, is independent from your speak, from your hearing, from your feeling, from everything, from the whole creation, from the whole world is the self independent. Enlightenment or awakening means that you have realized where you are. The question, who I am. When you can answer this, then you know where you are. When you attach to your body, to your senses, to all the objects of your experience, then you create your ego. And that is a big dilemma, or the big problem for everyone, to be in the ego. But we must not make anything to come out of the ego. The only thing what we do, we went with our attention to ourself to experience this transcendental consciousness, experience ourself, experience what we are, and then the ego will destroy or the ego will remove. That's all. It is good to understand where you are. It's good to understand that yourself is aware about everything. But yourself will not do anything. It's only have this experience what in the world happens, or we can say the self is only aware about your thoughts, about your feelings, about everything. And now, with this knowledge, it's good to jump in this transcendental consciousness, and then you, like God, then you not do anything, because the self is not doing anything. And when you not do anything, then you're not responsible for anything. You will not create karma. You are independent. You are free. The question about why I come out again, there was a person who has good experience about samadhi. Why I have my old stresses again when I come out. You are free when you transcend. And when you come out, then it happens that your mind becomes again overshadowed from your experiences. And when your mind, your unlimited mind, becomes overshadowed, then your mind is limited, is limited, is not free. And then you're in the old stuff again. But when you transcend some hours later again, it's good to transcend every morning and every evening. This is transcending. You become aware about your own nature, and your own nature is yourself. Yourself is the experiencer. But you cannot say anything about yourself because yourself is beyond your experiences. The self is independent from everything, and the self is aware about his own nature. And when you realize yourself, then you're always in the presence. And when you speak, you're not in the past and not in the future, you're in the present. And the present means you're always connected to yourself. And the words you're thinking happens at the source of creation, at the source from where everything comes up. But today it's good to understand that the experiencer is not in reality, not this small ego. The ego is the experiencer when you are overshadowed from your experiences. When you transcend, then you transcend your ego. Then you transcend all your experiences. Then you transcend your thoughts about the past and future. And then there's only the self. The self is alone. But when you come out again, and you are not stabilized in the self, you are dependent from all the objects, then the limitation is again there. And then it's good to transcend again. And you're really the independent experiencer when you're not attached to your body, when you're not attached to your thoughts, when you're not attached to your feelings, when you're totally free, then you're independent. And then there's no ego. The ego, you must not take care of the ego, what I said already. You must not take care of the ego. You only take care of yourself. That is the expression of Yoga Sthako Kamani. You can have a big ego. You can have many thoughts, many wishes. You can play in the world and be happy, but it's good to transcend everything every day 2 times. And then you will see you will have much more play, you will have much more fun, but you're independent of everything. And there's no ego involved. When Krishna was playing with all his gopis, his 1,000 gopis, then he was totally independent, totally free, and had fun, unbounded fun. The same you can have also when you realize where you are, when you realize you are the self and not the body. Then is your mind free, and then your mind is like the cosmic mind, independent. You will have all this support of nature, and you will not become attached to anything. The main thing is to realize the self, to stabilize the self, and then you're the king of heaven. then you move from the small house in the big house. And everyone is attached to the life. It is the President of America, our Chancellor Merkel for Germany. All the people live in the small house when they are dependent. But when you transcend everything and you are stabilized in this unbounded, and your awareness is from this unbounded, and you're totally free, then you live in heaven. And that's the best thing what you can do, what you can have. Jai Gurudev.